Greetings, dear friends. Welcome once again to another field exploration. I'm truly honored to have all of you here, and I send my warmest regards to each and every one of you. It is always a pleasure to embark on these outdoor journeys and share our discoveries with you. Today, we are at a very significant location, a rocky formation that we can refer to as a peak point. It took us quite some time to get here due to the challenging terrain, but the effort has certainly been worthwhile. As we made our way through this area, we encountered several important markers, some of which you might also come across in similar landscapes. These findings prompted us to record this field session as we believe there is valuable knowledge to be shared. Throughout this video, we will do our best to explain the significance of these markers, their meanings, and what they could indicate. If at any point we make a mistake or fail to explain something clearly, we sincerely ask for your understanding in advance. Starting point and important observations. Now, let's begin our analysis. As you can see, this specific area will be our starting point for today's discussion. When exploring the Anatolian region or similar terrains, you may come across similar carvings and engravings on rocks. One of the first things you might also notice nearby is an illegal excavation pit. Unfortunately, many of these historical sites have been subjected to unauthorized and destructive digging. These excavations, often carried out by treasure hunters, have caused significant damage to important historical landmarks. It is essential to never persist in excavation attempts at such locations, as doing so not only damages potential historical artifacts, but also ruins the context and significance of the site. If you ever find yourself in a similar area, be mindful of the remnants of past excavations. These leftover traces hold great archaeological importance and can sometimes provide critical clues about the purpose of the site. The site we are exploring today could have originally been a sacred location, a ritual site, or even a place of spiritual significance. By carefully analyzing the remaining elements, we can gather key insights into how these locations were used in ancient times. Notable discoveries: broken pottery and metal artifacts. As we move a little further, we come across an interesting discovery, a fragment of a broken jar partially buried in the soil. There are no visible carvings on it, but its exterior surface shows distinct rotational marks, which indicate that it was once part of a carefully crafted vessel. Additionally, scattered throughout the area, we can see small pottery fragments in different sizes, suggesting that there may have been ceramic activity in this region. Continuing our exploration, we come across another significant find, a rusted iron piece. This is particularly intriguing because iron objects are not commonly found at peak locations. If you ever find an iron artifact at a high-altitude site, it could suggest something historically significant. In ancient times, iron containers were used to store valuable items, and this could be an indication that something might have once been placed inside an iron box or a protective casing. This clue suggests that this area might have been a place of deposit or concealment. Analyzing the main marker now, let's return to our primary marker and begin a detailed analysis. This marker is located here, and we will carefully examine all of its sections, including the middle part, left side and right side. Observing the left section, we do not notice any specific engravings apart from the natural rock surface. To provide a clearer view, let me show you the area from a wider perspective. As we move downward, there are still no distinctive carvings apart from the solid rock formations. However, when we arrive at this particular section, we notice a long, extended rock formation. Right at this spot, we can see a carved seating-like area. If you ever come across a rectangular carved section on a flat rock surface, particularly with a closed front, it is important to take note. Such carvings were not made randomly. They often had a specific function in ancient times. Following the flat surface backward, we must trace it all the way to the end section. Here, we unfortunately see signs of vandalism. A portion of the rock has been intentionally broken, which is a serious act of destruction. Attempting to search inside solid rock formations like this is completely illogical and serves no real purpose. The importance of marker. Systems markers like these are never standalone. Instead, they are usually part of a complex system with multiple guiding indicators. It is crucial to examine the entire layout rather than focusing on a single marker. People who try to break such markers either lack understanding of their significance or are simply reckless in their approach. It is important to protect and respect these historical sites rather than cause damage. Directional analysis and interpretation. To determine the correct direction, one method is to measure the distance between the starting point and the carving. Generally, the longer side of a rock formation serves as a directional guide for further investigation. Next, we take a look at the upper part of the formation, but we do not find any specific indicators. However, we do notice color variations in the soil, which could suggest that the top layer has shifted over time due to erosion or environmental conditions. Moving slightly to the side, we observe natural fractures in the rock. These cracks appear to be the result of weathering over centuries rather than human activity. Exploring the front-facing direction. Let's now analyze the front-facing direction. Extreme caution is required here because the area ahead is a steep cliff. Before proceeding, it is essential to complete a thorough examination of the surroundings. Otherwise, we might overlook crucial clues. As we move forward, we notice another, small carved section near a tree at the cliff's edge. This could possibly serve as a miniature version of the original marker, reinforcing its importance. Upon descending slightly, we get a clearer view of the cliff edge and the rock formations beneath it. This brings us back to our main marker, confirming our analysis.